right, everyone. Welcome to Casa de Akil. Thank you guys for coming. Let's squad back at it again. Yeah. And today is, I hope you guys can see this, Design Your Life. I liked it, but I think we're going to get into it. So, Megan, take it away.
Hi, guys. Happy New Year. I'm so glad that we chose Designing Your Life for our first read of the 2017 because, I don't know, I think whenever you start a new year, you think health, but you also think new beginnings.
When I was reading it, I was like, okay, I'm at this point already, and I'm kind of living it, where I'm already designing a new life for myself. So, but I think it's an excellent book for people that are maybe feel like they're stuck in their job, or they're, have gotten to a certain age and they feel like this is it for them and they can't start over. This is an amazing book. Yeah, exactly.
I think for the group of people that we kind of live the principles and the idea behind this book. What I like is that the book is designed off of a course in school for people who don't necessarily think in these terms. I think if you're a blogger, if you're someone involved in the arts, you naturally use some of these principles because of the field of work you're in, whereas they're dealing with more analytical students sometimes with the groups that they work with. And so I think it's important for them to start to think like that.
They're taught when you go into a discipline like medicine or dentistry or law, it's a one-track thing.
Yeah.
And especially if you've decided that career path from a very early age, you are not conditioned to think of a plan B, plan C, or plan D. But if you're in creative fields, it's very unpredictable, so you're almost forced to think of other options or opposite plans.
Yeah. But I think what's interesting is that a lot of people don't understand how to reframe. Like that idea of changing the perspective, or throughout the entire book they had the reframe, right? The way we're taught to, or we learn it, conditioned, that's a better word, the way we're conditioned to think about our lives, and then they reframe it, and it's just like literally just thinking of it from a different angle.
You're so focused on like one solution, and you'll plug, like a lot of people will just like keep trying for like 20 years to make that one thing work, instead of just saying like, okay, how can I reframe and rethink this, or step outside of it and come up with an alternate solution or something that will be, somewhat similar but very different.
Yeah. Here's the quote, I think along the lines at least, these are all gravity problems. So there's a few examples, but meaning they are not real problems. Why? Because in life design, if it's not actionable, it's not a problem. Let's repeat that. If it's not actionable, it's not a problem. It's a situation, a circumstance, a fact of life. It may be a drag, so to speak, but like gravity, it's not a problem that can be solved.
Right now we're living in a time where most things have been discovered, unless you're like a quantum physicist or you're looking at planets. But what design does is it lens from different walks of life. So let's say you know something about pottery and you know something about technology, and you fuse those two. I think that's what designers are doing now. They're taking things from different walks. This is really okay. Hi, everybody. Okay, that was a moment. I felt the pressure to say something profound. But no, I feel like what we're seeing now a lot of is people who, you guys mentioned, like people who spent a long time getting educated in a certain walk of life, and where they're working now has very little to do with that walk of life, but there's something from that discipline that they took and that they're using, and it's kind of a way of looking at designing, because they're taking features of different things, of different educations, of different life experiences, and they're using it to make something new.
You're never going to know what's going to happen in the future, but you might as well design a life that works for you, so that if something does happen, like you get fired from your job or whatever, you're still on a path and you have that compass of where you want to be and the life that you actually want to create for yourself, so that you don't approach those challenges and then fall off the wagon and find yourself like hopeless and have no idea what you want in your life.
That's true. It's like you really have to try what it is you want and get it out of the way. Like, know if it's going to succeed or fail.
Prototyping.
I think it's interesting because I think that this sort of ideology wasn't around or wasn't popular during our parents' generation. It was like, okay, you pick a job that has like a union, that's good pay, good benefits, all of that, and this wasn't a popular way of thinking. So I think that we're pretty lucky in that sense, and sometimes our parents don't understand when we decide to just kind of have these like romantic ideas of what we want to do and like flitter from job to job and passion to passion. But Yeah, I think it's awesome that this is being taught as a course. And I think a lot of the times, like, millennials are looked down on because of it, but I don't think it's a bad thing.
I think
It's just
the
figuring
problem
out
that
what you
people
want
get
to do.
scared about is that they think if you're free flowing
Yeah.
and you have too many options that you're not planning. So if
Right.
you have one
Not
defined
focused.
thing or one focus, people think that you've planned so much, but you can still have options and have planned for those
Yeah.
options and plan for those different ones.
We are constantly thinking about what will make us happy because we have this pressure to, we can choose our happy life. And so now we actually make ourselves like sad and anxious and
It's a lot
nervous
superficial.
It's overwhelming.
because it's so
Yeah.
overwhelming. Yeah.
We have no great threat.
Yeah.
We
and
have no great enemy.
So we become our own threat and enemy. And what this book does is like it teaches you, first of all, it kind of guides you, right? It guides you being like, okay, cool, you have so many different options, but let's limit that to 3 so that, it seems manageable and you can kind of
Yeah.
see. I don't know if there's a question about it, but I love the idea of prototyping. Like, the idea that you can explore a bunch of different things and that is part of the plan. Like you don't.
That's part of the process.
Yeah, it's part of the process, or else how do you know?
We've all probably prototyped in our own way growing up, but this generation doesn't understand how prototyping actually works. So instead of asking questions to help them make decisions and create their own path, they just want the tools given to them.
Yeah. They
So
want to,
can I
how
have
did you
this
do
contact?
it? How can I do it?
Yeah, can you put me in touch with this person and blah blah blah. Like,
Yeah.
do you have people coming to you for information?
I get about
ideas?
4 or 5 messages a week from somebody that says, I want to be you.
Yeah.
Like, not even I want to do what you do, I want to be you. I think
the wanna be you. Yeah,
Yeah.
not even
the one that bothers me the most, though, and this one, I've actually had this conversation with several people, because I work with the Raptors and with Nike, I get people that come to me and go, dude, I want to work for the Raptors. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, what do you want to do?
doing what? It's
Yeah.
like-
Anything, man. I want to be the ball boy. I want to work in front of, I want to be the GM. I'm like, dude. Like,
Don't
the
we
gamut,
all?
like the range, your range is deep,
Yeah.
bro. Like you go from layups to half court shots, and they think like there's a discrepancy between the workload
Yeah.
and the reward.
You need to go and approach those people with something that you've already like have or are working towards, and you're using it. You're using that conversation as a way to figure out how like you can move forward with what you're doing, not how you can emulate them.
Yeah.
Or be them.
Yeah, but
And
that's
like the guy that goes, hey, I want to host the
yeah.
Yeah.
That's my job.
Where am I going?
Oh yeah, exactly. It's so interesting, like reading this book about failing and how you can look at one thing and you can so easily get bogged down, and it's like the letting go principle. Or you can like use that information as an educational experience and say, what did I learn from this? What did I get from it? How can I move forward from it?
Yeah.
I feel like I've been successfully failing for the last 14 years.
Are we all? We're
Yeah.
not successful every single day
No.
in everything we do.
That's
So-
how you become successful, though, is
Through failure.
failure, yeah.
Your life is a continuous process, and as long as you're constantly evolving and growing, you don't need to be so hard on yourself at every single stage. Like there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. You're going to prototype and change and try something different, but it's what they say about like finding happiness, and it's just like just be comforted in knowing that like it's a process.
Yeah.
And that's what I took away from it, just to like be chill.
Yeah.
I'm comforted knowing that having different life paths was okay for myself, but I think when I become a parent, I may not be so lenient. So this was a reminder that these are the things that I need to teach my offspring, that it's okay.
Yeah.
Way to bring it home.
No, seriously.
No, seriously.
No, that's huge. That's huge. Because I think that's where it begins, right? It's like if we're saying
what you're
society,
teaching.
if society's telling us one thing, then how do we change that just within our own home?
Create little people that think the same way as us.
Yes.
Army of little free thinkers.
Feel out.
Heel out. Boom.